So one of the most commonly asked questions that I see, whether it be from people posting online or videographers coming to me for advice or people who I coach in my coaching program, is how do I price my work? Today we're on the way to the studio to set up for a shoot for a podcast, and I thought I'd bring you along and talk about some of the tips I have that I've used to build my business to over $25,000 a month in revenue, so you can do the same. Something I see a lot is people, saying, how much should I charge for this project? Or, what's my hourly rate? Or what's your hourly rate? And honestly, I fucking hate hourly rates. And I'll tell you why. Charging hourly for your time as a video professional screws over one of two people. It's either going to screw over you or your client. Let me explain. So say you work on a client project and you said, hey, it's going to be this much per hour. And they say, cool. And then you happen to, through revisions or just wanting to take the extra time to make things perfect for the client, you realize you have to charge more for that. Or if the scope gets extended, things like that, you have to have that weird conversation of like, oh, well, if we want to do that, it's going to cost you more. And that's an awful conversation to have. I've never had it, but I never want to have it. And it screws you over if you happen to get your job done extremely quick because you're efficient and good at what you do, or you have a team in place. So if you get things done quickly, you lose money, and that makes no sense. Honestly, you should be getting paid more for getting things done quickly, but that's not how hourly billing works. So I'm sure you're familiar with value-based pricing, which is talking to the client about what they hope to get out of this project or what their expected return on, and then charging based on that value. So for example, say you're talking to a client and you do your discovery the right way, and you ask them, hey, what are you expecting to get? What's the result out of this project? And they say, well, over the course of the next year, we think we can make $100,000 from it. And then what you could say is, well, I think an appropriate investment to get $100,000 in return is 10%, which is $10,000 for that project or more. You can make that argument for more, for whatever you want. And real quick, if you're a videographer or a video business owner looking to grow their business and get to that $10,000, $20,000 a month mark, check the links below to learn how we can work together directly to make that happen for your business. But by speaking this way, you are not just trading your time for money, and you're getting seen as a business owner in the eyes of the client, which is really important when you want to charge higher rates. And that strategy has worked for me and plenty of my peers in the past to get higher rates for your project. But there's two ways that I use in my business that I think are absolutely amazing for creating predictable income and making exactly what you want in your business. All right, I'm almost to the studio. Let me unpack, get all set up, and then I will talk to you in a second. Something people don't tell you is the amount of constant shit you'll be buying when you own a studio. Okay, so today's client is a podcast client. I asked them what set they want to be on, and they said, we don't care, we trust you. So I am going to set up two different sets for them to choose from. The first one is going to be utilizing our virtual podcast walls, which is really cool. I absolutely love it. So we have two sets of two screens that go behind each person that we can put on whatever we want and make them essentially be wherever they want if they don't like our physical sets. There are some challenges with that. Maybe I'll do a video if you want to see more breaking down how I did that and what it looks like. Let me know in the comments. And I'm also, I don't want to switch my camera around. I'm also going to set up the white set here, which is always a great staple set that we have here at the studio. So I'm going to unbox some of this stuff that I need because there's some fake plants in this box. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll explain to you those two pricing strategies that I think are absolutely killer. I have a million of these. I don't know which ones work for what TV. I'm not dealing with this today. So the first pricing strategy that I use that I absolutely love when people say, how much should I charge for this, is I always ask, how much do you want to make? You got to think about, okay, if you're going to do this project, think about, hey, we might have to do some revisions, might have to reshoot something. Take into account what the value you're bringing, like we talked about in the value-based pricing, but also think about, what do you want to make? What would make you happy at the end of the day for doing this project? Because it's not always about how much can you make. You don't want to squeeze every drop out of every client. If you can find something that's going to make you happy and fits within their budget and gets them the results, everybody's going to be happy and you're going to get more return clients. So that's something I always think about, is take the value-based pricing one step further and think about, how much do I want to make? What would make me happy? And don't worry about if you could have got more, because if you're happy and the client's happy and they give you more work, you're going to get more in the future. So the client's about to be here. I'm going to do the shoot. And then after the shoot, I will come back and give you my final and favorite way to grow a scalable video business. Okay, so the shoot is done. The ladies crushed it as usual. So let me talk about my favorite way to price things for my video business, which is retainer-based pricing. And I know this is a little different than what I've been talking about with working on larger video projects, which you can still even break those out into monthly things, or say, hey, let's create a monthly package that'll get you to this end goal, which helps people budget things out better, but also gives you some sort of predictability with your business. But what I love doing is creating a scalable, predictable offer that the client's going to get monthly. And you'll hear a lot of people saying, don't productize your service. And that's true. There are some projects that you really should build out custom, and they're going to take a lot more assets and things like that. But if you're really trying to find the fastest way to grow a scalable business, is to have an offer that's a monthly recurring offer that gives your clients the videos that they need to achieve their goals consistently. That allows you to know how much money you're making. It allows you know how much you can take on and how much work you can handle. It allows you to know what you need to do to reach the end goal of whatever your revenue is. You can try to find $10,000 clients, but if you have a package that's $2,500, you just got to find 4 or 10 $1,000 clients. So I think by having some pricing set in place that is productized, that hits a specific goal for a specific niche, is the best way to price your work. Now, if you are working on larger projects and a larger project basis, my advice is always 100% fuck hourly pricing. It's not good unless you're like the camera operator or the DP or the gaffer. Then yes, you have to have a day rate, but having a day rate just turns you into a normal worker, and that's not the goal here. If you're trying to grow your business, you want to be seen as the business owner and not just trading your time for money. At least trade the value for money. So I hope this helped in some way. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. Let me know if you like this vlog stuff, or if you want to see more about the virtual podcast setup that we have. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.